It's week 12 of the National Football League.
And we're going to see Travis Etienne.
He should be a busy man out of the backfield. It's the Dreadnoughts and the Caps.
Next on Madden NFL 25.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate, Scott, Brock Hewitt here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking a sweep and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt. Yeah. These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that...
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And away we go from Virginia Beach. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And leading them out to the #1 overall pick in this year's draft out of USC, a player with immense promise, Caleb Williams.
And all those touchdowns he had last week, Kate, he traded every one of them in exchange for a victory. It's team over individual for him. So even though he himself is coming off the exact type of showing you want, that kind of efficiency usually wins you games, you're not happy about it. And he will be focusing on rectifying those things here.
They gain 14 on the play, and it'll give them a first down. Here's Williams. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And he's able to cross midfield before going.
See exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he'll get them enough for a first down.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass and a similar down and distance. That have to key on the run.
And he's able to get this down to the 36. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And they're going to have a first down. Williams from the gun. He's got Devontae Smith. And he's brought down at the 7 line. Goes to him 19 yards. And that gives them the first.
You know what I like, Kate? I like that they're not coming out. So they're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Hand off to Walker from the gun. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards. Well, as we see the names pop getting this injury report part, we recognize they've had to do some adjusting over the course of the season as key contributors have gone down.
And this, right here, this is where fan favorites and surprise superstars are born, Kate. From guys having to step in as a result of these injuries. You never root for players to miss time and go down, but you'll always root for the guys filling in, who are getting their shot to make their name and contribute when it really matters.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now, it's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Walker goes up and over for the touchdown. The Cats finish up an excellent opening series. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was a right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That one splits the uprights. And the Caps will out to a 7-0 lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Jamison Crowder on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So here comes this offense as they get set for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the 60-year pro and former #1 overall pick out of Oklahoma, Kyler Murray.
One of the beauties of the quarterback position is it's not cookie cutter. QBs come in all different shapes and sizes. Some are 5'10", some are 6'6". Some are better on the run, some are better in the pocket. For Kyler Murray, and he is at his best when he's playing. When his athleticism, that dual threat nature comes to life, that is when he is typically a defense's worst nightmare.
Second down now, 7 to go. Play action now, Murray. Flushed out of the pocket. He can run it. And he'll get it to the 44. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
When a play breaks, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Wideout's getting involved in the ground game. And he's headed the wrong way on the reverse, thinking of behind the line.
You'll hear the say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high percentage pass. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, look at this. Here he goes.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back and watches the tape the next day, that he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while getting him some yards, is not enough at the first down.
ETN on third down. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot down the line.
First and 10. Murray. Flushed down the box. He's on the move. And that's good for a gain of 5. Tackled there by Jordan Lewis.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as best movers, checkers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Right side, hauled in by Godwin. And they get this down to the 28. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. Judy will go in motion right. Now Murray on the play fake. Completed here to Uzama. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Running back sent in motion. Play clock down to 0. Flanks come out. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock 0. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Action here. On a deep throw. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Cameron Curl has it.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Off a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, we're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running with Walker again. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Will McDonald there on the tackle. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1. Working from the gun, Williams. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll take that kind of passing from the rookie out of USC. He gets him the first.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
First down throw by Williams. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Completed to Davis. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
On the quick slant, it's Davis. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. This, our last play of the quarter. Williams to throw on 3rd. Escapes the pocket. And he's going down. They said no to that shorter field goal, partner. Rolled the dice for more, and they're going to end this first half empty-handed as a result. On for the field goal now. Here's Brandon McManus. From 37 yards in the right hash. The kick by Folk is good. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Dreadnoughts, down running back Travis Etienne, trotting back out to the field. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now they send their back in motion right. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You just feel this defense starting to come alive, don't you, Kate? Got their first turnover last time out. Now they put their first sack on the board. In big plays on that side of the ball, well, they can come in bunches. Defense sure hopes to keep this faucet going, and the offense wants to turn the spigot off immediately.
And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackle made by Cameron Curl. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Now Kyler. He'll get this to Etienne. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. From the gun, it's Murray. He's on the move. Now he takes it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. They'll get 18 yards there, and that'll be a first down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Putting a receiver in motion. Third and long for him here. Flush down out to his left. Oh, he's going to run for it! And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the first.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. The Caps and receiver Devontae Smith returning to the field. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he was just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
This is Walker on second. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Tyreek Stevenson getting up to track that one down. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful. To throw, Williams. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
From the 25 on second down. Getting out to his left. He's going to keep it this time. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And they'll have first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Walker on first down. No one around. He's got space. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. First down, Williams. He's got it near the 8. Touchdown! It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
McManus on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Caps take a 3-possession lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Return starts at the 9. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And things starting to get a little out of hand for him, Brock. That last score made it 17-zip. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Murray here on first down. ETN on the catch. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. He's gonna loft one deep to the left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down. On the ground, first run for Ray Davis. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Tackle made by Cameron Curl. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Here's Kyler to throw. Brought in along the sideline. Just need an official ruling. And they say catch. Great play. They're now set for 1st and 10. Now Murray. And in for the touchdown. Well, no doubt about it, Brock. That was a route they worked on in practice, and it manifested in a touchdown when the downs counted here.
And no doubt about it, Kate, you grew up watching and celebrating Jerry Rice running that exact route, didn't you?
Yes, sir. You know it. You know it.
He was so good at it. Every receiver could do it some of the time, but Jerry and the best of them, they do it all the time, just like that one right there.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Dreadnoughts cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Caps start headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. Williams to throw on first. He's on the move. He's keeping it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Williams from the gun. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
3rd down from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it'll give him a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Now Williams. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Uh-oh, he can't escape. He's brought down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this third down a near impossibility.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from Virginia Beach. The Caps with a lot of work to do to get into scoring range. Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Walker now from the gun. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. So fourth down, and the big-legged Michael Dixon out to punt. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Dreadnoughts and wide receiver Jerry Jeudy getting set for their next drive. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. First and 10, Murray. That's taken in by Etienne. And he takes this beyond the 25 before going out.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. On now is the punt team for the Dreadnoughts. Has it at the 37. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. The Caps and this running back headed back out for a new series. And I'd say the ROI on his early touches have made him a pretty good investment for first half work. He's gotten off to a great start here. Working from the gun, Williams. Walker hauls it in. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Following that completion, a member of the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. To throw is Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Now here's Williams. That heater is going to fall to the turf.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
He's on the move. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on downs.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
They take over on offense now pretty late in this first half. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing here, Murray. Flushed out of the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Fits it through the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it sets up first down. Here's Murray. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it's second down coming up. Blitz coming here, Brock. It's Murray. As the open man downfield. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Dreadnoughts make it a one-score game before halftime. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he can rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dreadnoughts cut it to a field goal game. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. We will not get another play here, Brock. That's to an E. Time's going to run out on the half. That brings us to the midway point of this one. The Caps enjoying a nice little lead here on the road. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. It was a strong first half for the former Spartan, Kenneth Walker. He's already over 100 yards rushing for the game and has a touchdown run as well. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I expect to see more of the same after the break.
Has this at the 6. The Dreadnoughts and Kyler Murray set to take over. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Murray. Completed here to Uzama. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll give him a 1st down. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that 1st down flag. Man in motion here. Running it after the penalty. And he found some running room for a nice gain. They pick up 7 on the ground. That brings up 2nd and 8. ETN again. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down. They go right back to ETN. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Punt team on the field. It'll be Sam Martin doing the honors. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Able to find Renfro here. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now an inside give to Walker. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Off the play fake, Williams. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Now hold on a moment, folks. You got a player in some discomfort after that one. He's going to receive some assistance as we take a brief timeout. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. To throw, Williams. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Here's the Caps punt team now. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. 1st and 10 now from the 30. And what we saw in the first half wasn't an anomaly, partner. They've kept throwing it to him as we work throughout the rest of this game, and the results have been just as good. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll give him a 1st down. 1 play in, and already they're close to midfield. Now Murray on the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a 1st down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Murray. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll run, Etienne. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal. They send the tight end in motion. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Getting in their own way, Brock, as they'll line this up 5 yards further back for 2nd and goal. They'll run here following the penalty. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. About 4 yards for him on that run. More distance than that left, though, on 3rd and goal. They kick the running back in motion. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back him up. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. So now from a bit further back, here's 3rd and goal. Now Kyler. On target to Godwin. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Dicker connects there. And that will tie things up in the 3rd.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. Now their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Williams set to pass. That pass caught by Renfro. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And they're going to have a 1st down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Hand off to Walker from the gun. Has a lane inside the 25. And he's finally stopped right at the start of that red zone, down at the 20. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Williams to throw. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Here's Williams. He's on the move. He's running with it. He slides down inside the 5-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get there.
And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Caps take a 3rd quarter lead. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Extra point try is good by McManus. And the Caps break that tie and now lead by 7. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Crowder with a return here. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too? Throw right side, and Shakir has it. He's got to gain a 6 there. That was Sauce Gardner dropping him there. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, ETN gets it. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and that gives them the first. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They motion the tight end over. Murray here on 1st down. This ball's caught by Uzama. And he'll get it up to the 44. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. 2nd and 3 now. Godwin sent in motion right. Complete out to the right. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Motioning the tight end now. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's still just a 1-score game as we resume play in the 4th. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's Kyler to throw. Finding Judy. He's still going at the 30. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that'll be a 1st down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Play action now, Murray. And he can't hang on to it in the end zone. Not an interception, only an incompletion. So they get it back. 2nd down coming up. Back to the air, Murray. Connection made to Judy. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Tight end in motion right. 1st and 10, Murray. Got a man, Uzama has it. And this one doesn't go far. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Brought in left side by Godwin. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They'll throw it again. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown! The Dreadnoughts now trailed by just a point in the 4th. It's a Chris Godwin touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Now Boswell on to send this away. Returning it from the 4. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. First and 10 now from the 30. Now here's Williams. Davis there to grab it. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. A give up the gut to Walker. And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on third down. Working from the gun, Williams. Completed to Davis. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Finding Davis. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 2nd and 3 now. From the 48. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? So now they have 3rd and short. Williams on the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running for it. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
They'll send out the punting unit. Michael Dixon will kick it away. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And they won't be able to return this one as it sails out of bounds. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Murray. Judy there to grab it. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
And he works through a lane for a gain up to the 30. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. The penalty makes it 3rd and 8 here. Now Murray on the play fake. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And they're going to take over possession. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw by Williams. Coming deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Another try following the sack. Chase down. Oh, no, he lost control of another one. And they scoop it up. Time to push for the line. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
On third down, Walker. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. The return begins on their side of midfield. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And they'll get ready to go on offense. New set of downs for him from the 46. On first and 10, it's Murray. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a first. They get 13 on the pickup. And they'll have first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Here's Etienne on first down. And won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. And because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Receiver in motion, headed right. They'll try with the wideout. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
From the gun, it's Murray. Catch is made in close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
So now, here's third and goal. Etienne. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Dreadnoughts jump in front late. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, did they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Turpin with a return. coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Their offense running back out now. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. That's Smith on the slant. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Setting up to pass. Walker hauls it in. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Prior to 1st down, they decide to call a timeout. Here he is to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. 1st down, ball at the 36. Back to throw. He's on the move. He'll try and run this.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And he loses control of the interception in the end zone. Could get away some potential points, but instead, new life. 3rd down. To throw. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. A 2nd touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Crowder with a return here. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now this offense getting set to work here. And there's enough time left that you can't call it impossible. They're going to need a heck of a play downfield to get in range for a possible game winner. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Well, Brock, 4 quarters, couldn't decide a winner, and now we're set up for an exciting conclusion to this contest. Overtime is coming up next. All right, so in overtime, Brock, we could see 1 possession or we could see 3+. If the team who gets it first scores, the game ends then and there. A field goal or less, and we play on, and their opponents get a chance to respond. And if we're still tied after those first 2 possessions, this soccer chick likes this. It's golden goal football, Brock. The next score would win. Gotta block that missed kick from their minds and refocus. Still a win to be had as overtime has begun. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. The offense getting set to go. They couldn't quite get the job done in regulation, but the home crowd rising now to fire them up and help them finish the job right away in OT. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First throw of overtime now. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Judy will go in motion right. Murray here on 1st down. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
On 2nd and 10, it's Murray. He's on the move. He's keeping it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
1st and 10, Murray. Flushed out of the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, it's hard to come by in this league.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. Escapes the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Let's be real clear, there is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now he gets a shot here in overtime. He's on the move. Steps up, and he's running with it. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll give him a 1st down. It's Walker on the option. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
From the 33 on 2nd down. Hits his running back. Hits some space around midfield. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play. And it sets up 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's brought down for a loss. All right, here we go. 2nd down. To throw is Williams. On the quick slant, it's Davis. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll give them a 1st down. They'll send him over right. Walker on 1st down. A lot of grass ahead. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he runs it in for the touchdown. Start the celebration, baby. They win it in overtime. Well, partner, with the increased focus on receivers now in the ground game, the jet sweep, it's a weapon all 32 teams and coaches have to rely on for offense. And for the good ones, it can be a lucrative play to have ready, too.
Yeah, lucrative on the scoreboard, certainly, Kate. And don't forget about lucrative for the wallet, too. Next time his agent's at the negotiating table, he's going to be sure to bring plays up like that one and mention the value he can bring beyond the work of just catching the football.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And it took some extra effort, Brock, some bonus football before they were finally able to separate from the opposition and earn that hard-fought victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Caps as we say so long from Virginia Beach.